I think there's a huge opportunity for state and local governments to reframe their technology initiatives as human impact initiatives. One of the things we do at Publicis Sapient is we look for the human impact we want to have first. Who is that person, that citizen, that resident, that business, that constituent whom we want to impact? And we work backwards to then what is the technology that's needed to have that type of impact? And that's how we collaborate with our clients. We collaborate with our clients holistically. We don't just look at the technology that's needed. Although we're digital technology consultants, we look at 5 key ingredients that help our clients be successful and have the type of impact they want to have. Strategy, policy, execution, experience, and data. And collectively, those 5 spell speed. So we have an expression, so rather than moving at the speed of government, it's moving governments forward with speed. And you need each of these 5 ingredients working in harmony in order to have the type of impact that we want to have with our clients on their constituents. Oh, I have so many examples. So let me pick 2 examples where we've had this type of successful collaboration and the impact that we want to have. And I'll go coast to coast. On the West Coast in Los Angeles County, which if Los Angeles County were a state, it'd be about the 7th or 8th largest state in the country. It's enormous, home to over 10 million people. And the Los Angeles County Public Defender's Office is the largest and oldest public defender's office in the nation. And they process over 200,000 cases a year. And up until a couple of years ago, until we partnered with them, everything they did was on paper. And the average felony case was over 5,000 pieces of paper. Now we've completely digitally transformed the entire process. From the moment that an attorney meets with one of their clients, and if you're meeting with a public defender, chances are you've had a bad day. And so from that very moment, everything is digital, from the intake all the way through when they may be settling, getting their case dismissed, or at a trial. And this allows the public defenders to have a much better and more effective defense for their clients who need someone in their corner in their time of need. And so that's an example of a very large solution that was a digital transformation solution that took years and costs a good deal of money, but it has an enormous impact. On the other side of the coast in North Carolina, during the pandemic, Congress passed the CARES Act, which allocated $50 billion for emergency rental assistance. Well, just because Congress can do that, they can't get that money into people's pockets. Someone who needs $100 for utilities or $1,000 for rent. So we spun up very simple, very quick solutions to help distribute that money. And in the end, we distributed $1 billion to 1 million people and prevented hundreds of thousands of people from being evicted. That question seems like clickbait for AI, so I'm going to give you my take on how AI is going to impact the state and local government industry in the coming years. I talked before about the 5 ingredients of strategy, policy, execution, experience, and data as being key ingredients for having an impact. What AI is going to do is it's going to tighten the feedback loop among those 5 ingredients. So whereas before it might take years to gather the data, analyze the data of what is a working policy or a flawed policy or a successful program or a failed program, that's going to be reduced to months and then weeks and then days and even seconds. So what it's going to do is it's going to accelerate successful programs and policies, but it's also going to expose more quickly flawed policies and failed programs. So it's going to have both positive impacts and negative impacts. And I see that trend continuing and accelerating into the future. So governments are going to have to embrace failing fast if they want to improve, and AI is going to amplify their intent, which is how I coin AI rather than artificial intelligence. I attend these events all around the country, and I always leave so energized and hopeful. Our systems of government have been in place for not just decades, but actually centuries. And most of them are paper-based and very bureaucratic. And amazing people that attend these conferences, speak at these conferences, present at these conferences, are all part of a group who are trying to change that for the better, so we can create a government which is truly digital and not just replicating paper-based processes in the electronic world. And if we can do that, we can create a government that is truly for the people. And I look forward to doing that with them.